8/I. Introduction to Realistic Philosophy. What proves to me that there is not a malicious genius who is making me believe that it exists? It would be truly catastrophic, and to get out of philosophical Cartesianism it is enough just once to sit on a hot plate of an oven. Normally, if we have our feet on the ground, we will understand quickly that in fact there is not a clever genius that makes us dream, or it is that we completely lost our head. So the realism of the experience, it is necessary to save it, it is necessary to find this realism to the philosophy. I would say that the genius of Father Marie-Dominique Philippe, the one who put Aristotelian philosophy at the heart of the realism of formation with priests, is precisely to have rediscovered the experience as Aristotle had unveiled. And that's true. From the moment we find this native side observing around, knowing that the real is first achieved by our five senses and our critical intelligence that gets in, and well, we find again the truth. One goes out of the simple authors to have directly his philosophical laboratory in front of oneself, to know his own life and the observation of things. However, one thing we must recognize is that experience can sometimes really plant us, make people cheat on reality. By this I mean that, for example, experience is absolutely incapable of showing us a microbe, and that our fathers, all those who followed Aristotle but also Galen, the Greek doctors who had invented all that, they could do whatever they could, they had no possibility by experience to discover that there were small animals that gave diseases. Because they had just experience and reasoning, they invented theories to explain diseases. So the theory of miasmas, that is to say, they thought it was bad, foul smells, that carried molecules in the air and spreading diseases. So often, to avoid diseases, for example, one had a long nose, filled with perfume that as bad odors did not reach the nostrils, it was thought that one was more protected from diseases. It happened exactly the same thing in the field of cosmology. That is why, for centuries, Ptolemy's cosmology has been maintained in the West with the moving stars and the stars fixed in the sky. These things we know well what it is, the Earth which is at the center in all of this. This is because we did not have tools either, like the telescope and experimentation, that is to say a method that allows us to show that we were wrong. It is because in fact, if we want to be realistic in philosophy, let us know that our only interest is reality. We must add to experience all the modern contributions that are of two kinds, the tool, like the microscope for microbes. The microscope is simply an instrument that allows to increase the experience, because when we look at the microscope we simply have a powerful vision that allows us to see the microbe that is walking, to see it move, under the preparation. When we have a telescope, we can see Jupiter, with its moons, with its craters on the moons. So we can escape the theory that the stars were absolutely incorruptible bodies. There is corruption on Jupiter's moons. These are not perfect spheres. So thanks to these tools, thanks to reasoning, we can correct what experience has misinterpreted. So I said that there is the tool, so the microscope, the telescope, etc., all those things, there are many others, but there is also experimentation, that is, say a method that will compare the experience to verify if we are not mistaken. I will give some examples. It is simpler. What could have done that? Before inventing the microscope, someone like